everybody. Thanks so much for joining us again today for 5 in 5. I am honored to be able to have with us today one of my comrades in arms, the Youth Alive missionary from Alabama, Ben Russell. Ben has been serving in this role for 12 long years. No, it's only been a short time, it feels like. And he has one wife, one daughter, and one son, not necessarily in that order of children, but just excited, man, to have you with us today, Ben. I'm honored to call you a great friend and a comrade as we have journeyed in Youth Alive as missionaries together. And so glad you could take the time to be with us today. I'm excited that Ben is here. Enough of me, time for me to shut up and let Ben talk. So here we go. Ben Russell from Alabama,
Wow.
5 in 5.
Hey, thanks, Brad. I appreciate the invite to be a part. Honored to call you friend as well. You know that. You're one of my closest friends in the world. I want to share for the next 5 minutes on something that, man, it's always dear to my heart, Brad. I call this 5 things your pastor needs from you. And so I'll jump right in. Number 1,
Sure.
reflect his or her passion. Whatever their heart is, there your heart should be as well. With the things that they are passionate about in ministry are the things that you need to be passionate about in ministry as well. I would take that a step further even. Let them see that you're passionate when you're in your meeting, staff meeting, one-on-one meetings. Let them see that you're passionate about your job at the church, whether you serve in a mega church or a really small church. We all know there are these ways to serve, and there's these things that you do with a smile on your face. So no matter what level that you serve on in your church, the size of your church, it's important to always reflect their passion. So number 1, 5 things your pastor needs from you is reflect his or her passion. Number 2, understand what is a win to your pastor. I'll tell you, as a youth pastor, when I was hired, my pastor let me know really quick there's 2 things that he wanted from me, which was awesome because there were 2 things that I was already passionate about, Brad. Number 1 is he wanted me active on campus. He said, your job is beyond these 4 walls. Your mission field is at the schools. That is where I expect you to be as much as you can get in. Number 2 for him, he told me was he wanted me to be giving to Speed the Light. And this is what he said. No youth pastor before you had ever given less than $10,000 to Speed the Light.
Whoa.
Don't be the first guy that does that. Well, I knew immediately that my pastor's wins were campus ministry and Speed the Light. Well, guess what I wanted my wins to be? Those 2 things. What I always tell people, even if it's not your top agenda as a leader, once you know that it's your pastor's, it becomes your top agenda. And so I wrote this down for your leaders to hear. Your students need a youth pastor that flows in harmony with their lead pastor. That is what your youth ministry needs from you. So that's number 2, understand to win. Number 3 is don't surprise them. Even in the role that I serve in as Youth Alive missionary, Brad, you can attest to this. There are people that we serve at the pleasure of, that we serve with, we are partners with. I do not like to surprise those people. I do not like to pull the rug from under those people. And so I always try to communicate with them, always try to communicate. So don't surprise your pastor. Don't pull the rug out from underneath them. Don't announce something in staff meeting to everybody that he didn't know about or that your executive pastor didn't know about. Whoever is responsible in the weeds of your ministry, don't surprise those people. So number 4, I wrote this down like this. Take a bullet. Take a bullet with your pastor. Set them up to be the good guy, the good lady, however you want to say it. Always serve at their pleasure. Always take the bullet for them. Never lend an ear to someone speaking negatively about them in any way. It's not our job as a leader to do that. Always take a bullet, even if it wasn't your responsibility, even if it wasn't something that you thought that was your fault. Take a bullet for your pastor. And number 5, the 5th way your pastor needs from you is find a way to serve them personally, not just professionally, but serve
Powerful.
them personally. When you're at lunch with your pastor, buy their lunch. Invite your pastor for Starbucks or coffee, and you buy their coffee.
Yeah.
I see this all the time. We just kind of think that our pastors should pick up the tab, and they're like, "Have you seen my salary?" Oh, of course they have. They sign your check. They know what you make. Do it anyway.
Yeah.
Probably they won't let you. Probably they'll say absolutely not. But it sure is cool for you to be like, "Pastor, can I buy your lunch today?" No, you can't, but thank you for offering. It means a lot to me that you would even want to do that.
Yeah.
So find a way to serve them personally. Maybe it's your pastor has young kids. You and your wife watch their kids. Man, I think if we can keep within this framework, go by these guidelines, we're set ourselves up for a healthy ministry.
Well, hey, thanks so much for giving us these 5 things in this moment. And just a reminder, everybody, everything that Ben has talked about is going to be down in the description, or if you're watching on Instagram, it's going to be somewhere else around here. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure and like and subscribe to all the buttons that you see around you, because if you like and subscribe, the algorithm gets out there, more people see this, and we need more leaders to know and understand how to care for and have a relationship with your pastor. This is a powerful resource for you leaders, so don't miss out. Share this, like this, subscribe to this. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time on 5 in 5.